Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Heru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist. Back at it again, here for you, here with you, with part 2 of episode 106, Complex versus Simplicity. Yes, I told you I was going to follow up with part 2 for episode 106. Shout out to all the viewers, to everybody who's watching this, everybody who's tuning in, tuning up. And it's time. Like I said, it's time. It's time to raise the consciousness. It's time to raise the mind. It's time to raise the understanding, overstanding, however you want to look at it. But the key thing is making it simple. Stop making things so complicated. That's the whole key thing here. We talk about complex versus simplicity. Now, a lot of us, certain things that we've been taught over the years, or the conditioning over the years, have been certain measures that's making certain industries or certain processes a little more complicated than others. We do have a tendency to try to simplify whatever that task may be, whatever that event may be. But then most of the cases, we're complicating. We're thinking too much to an extent, right? Like I said, shout out to those of you who's listening in, tuning in, downloading, all that. Appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Look, I have many things on sale. The main things on sale is my personality, right? Because that's what you're buying. You're buying my personality. You're buying my track record, in other words. I'm selling you my track record, basically. And my track record, hopefully, or it can mentally, physically, spiritually, financially impact your life or influence your life. That's the purpose here of the podcast show, of the books I've been writing, of the articles I've been writing, the YouTube channels, and many other works I've been doing over the years, the music. I mean, I got so much stuff out there, and it's kind of funny just talking to some of the brothers and sisters about some of the things I've been doing. I got film, I got music, I got art, you know what I'm saying? Every aspect of a creative, right? And the whole aspect is making a simple process where you can have access to it, that I can share this information or share this understanding that hopefully open up your pineal gland or open up your thinking. You see what I'm saying? Open up your thinking, open up your creativeness, open up your simple applications, not complex in applications. It's a maximum out there that I would like to read. It says, deal with things as they really are. Let's talk about that a little bit. Deal with things as they really are. I'm here live, 106, episode 106, part 2. Yes, I'm live here on Instagram as well as live recording on my my podcast show, part 2 of episode 106. And like I said, I was explaining this earlier, what I'm planning on doing, because there's certain things that come in your life you got to take care of, do your things, do your due diligence. But the key thing is scheduling your life, scheduling your program, scheduling your to-do list, and staying active or staying focused on that to-do list. This is another thing I have been making things a little bit more simple for myself. I'm an advocate book junkie. So I'm like, okay, how can I start utilizing these books more appropriately? Even though I'm big on audiobooks, I listen to a lot of books daily. You know what I'm saying? I'm reading books daily, But I wanted to increase and make a simple process of increasing my knowledge, increasing my wisdom, or that applied knowledge, or that accurate knowledge that I can apply to my lifestyle or to whatever event I'm actually approaching. A simple process. Some cases, the simple process go into the complexity, because I'm like, oh, do I need to do this now, or when do I got to do this? Or then you got people who want to take your time. That's another thing. When you got people taking your time, even though you giving people certain time, here's my time, boom, this is it, I'm going to the next venture. You feel what I'm saying? Because time is a commodity. Time is very important upon this plane, as we would say. And time is simple when you make it simple. But we tend to make it real complex. Oh, I got to learn this stuff. I got to get this. I only got 24 hours in a day, right? You obviously got to sleep. So you obviously got to get your workout in. You obviously got to get certain things. You always got to eat. You got to get your nourishment in, right? Plus, if you're working a job and you got to deal with that aspect, you're working with other people invading your time, or vice versa, or you want people to invade your time. If that's what you're doing, Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V, the social media guru. But these are things I think we don't tend to ask because we're constantly on the go, right? We're constantly on the go. It's not simple. We're complexing things because we're on the go. And this is not going to be a long part 2 either. I just wanted to clarify some things with simplicity and complexity. Kind of giving you guys a more understanding of what's going on with yourself and making yourself more simple, making processes more simple. Some cases you might need to be a minimalist. You might have to be a minimalist in certain aspects of your life. You know what I'm saying? Or certain events in your life. Key thing. It don't have to be across the board. But a certain elements you can bring into your lifestyle to make things a little more simple so you're not having all these complexities. Because see, value is in the term evaluation. Shout out to my brother Adam. Adam Power, shout out to you. Evaluation, because that's basically what we're doing. We evaluate our value in whatever event we're actually approaching. Right? Episode 106. If you don't know, you now you know. You're on You Are the Gym podcast show, where we're going into the mental, physical, spiritual, metaphysical, however you want to look at it. Going deeper into the concepts, going deeper into the thoughts of the mind of an athlete. How we can build upon buildings, right? How do we build a more solid foundation? I'm going to drink to that one. It's just like muscle growth. If you don't understand how the muscle develop, why are you even in the muscle growth area? The whole key thing, you got to research how the muscle develop. If I want to develop the bicep, I got to strategically approach the concept of building the muscle, building the ingredients, or finding the right ingredients to build the muscle. Some cases is simple to the point. I don't need to know the science behind how the muscle's built. I just need to know the activity, the actions, and how to approach the actions on a simple format. Not complexity. Because complexity, don't take me wrong, I think when people get more complex in certain things, like I say, it's always the language. Shout out to those of you who understand the linguistics of linguistics. The language of linguistics, right? Because that's where it all comes down to. Valuation. What do we value? How do we value? Do we think? Do we overthink? That's what we do. We overthink situations. Then we start putting all that crazy shit, start boiling up in our minds. Then we're wondering, what's really going on here, buddy? Why I got it this way and that, and the third, and then we're delaying or we're procrastinating, like my brother was saying. Yeah, procrastinating could be good to an extent, I guess. That's what evaluation or the value you look at certain events or certain things that's a part of your lifestyle or invading your lifestyle, hence. Because a lot of these jobs are really invading your life. They want you to live your life around that job, whatever that may be. Y'all not feeling me. I don't think y'all be hearing what I'm saying. Because the brother be getting deep over here. We be definitely pushing the envelope, or pushing the mindset, pushing the understanding. Hopefully I'm pushing the creativity, the development, the access, the legacy of what you are, what you want to be, what you want to become, how you want to live. That's the key question. How you want to live. I don't want to live by government telling me what, when, why. And we talk about freedom. Yeah, this is on, we talking right now, this so-called 4th of July. July 4th, 1776. Right? July 4th. You know, Thomas Jefferson, they said Thomas Jefferson died on July 4th. How ironic is that? How significant is that, if that's even true? See, that's another thing we don't even look into. It's a great book I'm reading. Let me get it out for you. I'm like, what this brother be doing? This brother be this book right here. I think I might even shown this to you. 59 seconds. Change your life. In under a minute, by Richard Wiseman. It's actually a really understanding. He was breaking down some of the, how a lot of these self-help books, self-help personal development books, been around for, I won't say 100 years. I would say the last good 60 years we've been having this particular industry that's been a boom. They're making billions of dollars just in this particular industry. Self-help personal development books. And I'm a part of that. I mean, I have books. I have How to Take Possession of Your Own Mind, Heru's Focus Points, the top 5 DIY fitness equipment you should have. That's on a mental, spiritual aspect too. You feel what I'm saying? Understanding what's doing, because it's all about self-help. It's all about personal development. But the examples I use in the book are real life examples that truly happen, right? A lot of these examples they've been using over the years is kind of ironic, but a lot of them are not true. They're just making them up, And that was kind of an insight, because they talking what he's basically the debate or the argument of this book so far. And I just started it, but the gist of the book is based on 59 seconds. I can show you under a minute how to apply new habits. You see what I'm saying? Because we do it all the time, but we just don't pay it no attention. Kind of like reading. I've been putting myself under more of a power base. What I mean by power base, I'm building a better foundation. Ask yourself, when the last time you learned how to learn? Or you learned how to read correctly? What, 6-year-old, 4th, 5th grade, 4th, 3rd grade, however you want to look at it. Think about it. Last time you read, most people got 3rd grade reading level, and haven't really, literally stopped learning. And then hence we're wondering why our children are the way they are. Or your particular, because you got degrees, that don't mean anything either. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's how you're applying those degrees, or how you're applying that knowledge within your family structure. Okay, you in psychology, or you this, or you that. But how is it applied in your lifestyle? How is that actually real life example? Unless you're a teacher or a professor at a college or whatever. But that's rare too. That's rare too when you think about it. That's probably a very small percentage. Keep it 100 with y'all. And I got a bunch of friends that's professors at colleges and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I'm planning on getting a few of them back on the interview circuit. I mean, you can look through my profile. I got brothers and sisters. I got people on my interviews that y'all haven't heard it's been years ago. I've been doing a lot of their interviews, these particular interviewees, But at the same time, I'm not sitting here The thing I want you to value this accurate knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? What you can take from this podcast show, or what you can take from what I'm actually speaking on. Like I say, do your own due diligence. Do your own research. That's the point here. When you start doing your own research, when you start doing your own understanding or learning, because my end goal, I want to be writing. I want to be writing, and I want to be reading, and I want to be developing personal self-sustainability within not just the culture, but the mindset of individuals. Because see, we didn't have a problem economically back in the day when you think about it, because people grew their own food. People made their own clothes. People had their own self-sustainability system within themselves. You see what I'm saying? Within their family structure. That's when America was great, or these countries were great. July 4th, Independence Day. Independence Day for who? What? When? Do we still... And this is another thing too, I never understood about this. So we always using... Shout out, respect to all my military brothers and sisters. And this is not a put down or anything like that, but this is a reality check. Let's step back and check this reality check for a minute. Now, the only real war this country have ever really truly experienced, and this may be even debatable, but when you really put it in perspective, the only true war that this country have had has been the Revolutionary War. When they went independent. 1777, 1776, however you want to look at it. Whenever they did their Bill of Rights, or, and all these other independent colony type approaches. Because it's kind of interesting when you look at these... even with these big business mentality or big business structures, or these mindsets of the Elon Musk, of the Jeff Bezos, of the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, the Rothschilds, and many other different names that we know, that we talk about, the Fords, that we talk about, our household names, literally. And the structure of, okay, all we're seeing are white male dominates. So are we even asking the question, okay, yeah, you might have, Idi Amin. A lot of brothers remember him. Castro, some of these Hitlers, some of these Stalin, some of these extreme, so-called extreme, but we don't, complexities. We make things complex, right? And the simple shit is right there. They're literally giving you in your history books. They're making the Rockefellers and all these other people seem like they were easy to get along with. It's okay. You kind of see where I'm coming from. But we demonize these other people in these other countries, even though the so-called North American male, white male, has been dominating the world in general. Hence World War I, hence World War II. Even though I don't think those wars really had anything to do. All it had to do with was big business. That's what World War I, World War II was involved in. All it was big business. You feel me? Oil. Hence why oil is developed everywhere. All in our phones are made from, everything's made from, our hair products, everything. In the black community, we need a good ass beating. Good ass beating. And we allow these people to dominate, because what they're doing, they're destroying all the other smaller elements, or all the competition, even though it's not even really the competition. It's about the understanding who knows and who don't know, right? We was talking about that today, me and Brother Adam. we talked about, the brother had mentioned hemp, why hemp was so successful back in the day, right? Because hemp was the only product that, and you can grow and do everything with hemp, right? Hands down, you could do your due diligence on that. But the funny thing is, they've been telling us for years, don't grow hemp. Well, hemp don't have the THC in it and this and that, and they always got some fucking debate or argument about why not to do it. Because what? You're knocking out the DuPonts, you're knocking out all these fabric companies and all these oil companies. The people, we need stop getting in the complexities, because the complexities are destroying the minds and the understanding and the creativity of what life have to offer, because life has been given it to us daily. I'm going to take my manifestation here. Shout out to you, little cuz. What's good with you, killer cut? We following up with part 2. You are the gem. This is episode 106. Yes, 106. Complexity versus simplicity. And we're just going into the mindset of understanding where we have had these developments over the years that have created these curriculums. And the curriculums are so-called simple to those who understand, who are in the know-how, right? But then you got a lot of people who don't know, who don't know. And that's many masses and masses of people. So it made sense to me when I seen what Rockefeller was doing back in the early 1900s. Yes, he was a billionaire. He was one of the first billionaires, according to what we know. And it made sense. Okay, where is he putting all this money? But you always have your haters. Please, people, please. This country has been built on a capitalistic type mentality. Regardless, capitalism, communism, whatever, capitalism still succeed regardless if it's a socialism type country. If you want to put it in that perspective. Hands down, you still need the money but we're talking about complexities. We're talking about simplicity here, family. But we make it complicated because we're creating complications. And I don't think everybody's idea, if it's one guy taking one idea, that is going to dictate everybody's future, right? Unless it's developing a prosperous future instead of the one-track mind. So my family is going to benefit from this for thousands, hundreds of years. You know, Rockefeller been dead for 100 years, almost 100 years. If that, yeah, almost 100 years, if not, yes. So his family's still benefiting from Standard Oil. Not even Standard Oil, but his legacy. Key. Now, duplicating that system. Now, many people may debate on this, that he was a crazy man, that he this, that, and that. All the haters are out there. Respect to you. But then at the same time, look at the other side of it. Look at the other side of it. All the programs that have been developed and all that stuff. Take the good out of the problems, right? Because we're going to have problems regardless. But at the same time, take the problems. How can we utilize the things that are good, that are given? Kind of like the Bill Gates. I mean, we know Bill Gates pulling pranks. How this dude going to create a vaccine? Even though that's past now, but this is the point. You cause the problem, you create the problem, then therefore you have the solution, right? Only you can manufacture that because you have created that, and then you're giving it to the people. So let me qualify that. Let me step back a little bit. Why do I say it this way? Because all of us have some type of influence, right? Regardless how you look at it, how you feel, how you know, like the maximum say, deal with the things as they really are. You know. Everything takes time. Whew. I'm going to let you resonate with that. Episode 106. Complexity versus simplicity. Tune in. New episode on its way. Much love. Shout out to my sponsor, Dr. Boz Moreno. Method Moreno. On point, doing his thing, keeping it pushing. Tune in. I got his interview coming up tomorrow, so check that episode out. It's going to be a powerful one. It's going to be a fun one too, because we're going to be diving into his new publication or his new book or new information that he's been exploring recently, and some of his new solutions that he's about to release to the people or to the public. Let me say it like that. Because everything is there. It's just about tuning in, tuning up. Shout out to you. Much love. Heru, you are the gem. Download. If you haven't downloaded this, go tell somebody else to go download it. I'm out. Peace. We out of here.